What's up, everyone? It's Boy. Today we're gonna play Mono Blue Delver. This list has been doing really well online, and it's been doing really well for me as well. It's a very threat light list. You play 4 Delver, 4 Haughty Djinn, 4 Tolarian Terror, and you really have to protect these threats. That's why we have a ton of protection spells like Slip Out the Back. Fading Hope can be used as a protection spell, or Make Disappear, and 3 Spell Pierce. You have some card draw for those turns where you're holding up counter magic, but your opponent doesn't do anything. Thirst for Discovery, Impulse, and Consider. And Fading Hope and Slip Out the Back can also be really key in interacting with what your opponent is doing to slow them down for a turn, give you that tempo advantage. Mana base really simple, 20 islands, and the one Otawara is basically free. Only time, some lists don't run any Otawara, and I'm assuming it's just to always have be more likely to have a basic for Thirst for Discovery, but I don't really agree with that. I think one Otawara is better. Sideboard, we have 2 more shore ups for really heavy removal matchups. 2 Disdainful Strokes, for over the top strategies. There's a lot of mid range right now, so 3 Essence Scatter, 4 Negate. Sometimes Negate is just better than like Fading Hope or something like that, and out of the way for green decks. So yeah, let's get into the games. All right, we'll be on the play. This is a pretty free maul, very clunky. Do have a 1 mana spell, but since better. I think I'm interested in putting back this Fading Hope. Kind of want to have 3 lands to make sure we hit Haughty Djinn, and just kind of going turn 1 Delver, turn 2 Hold Up, Make Disappear into Haughty Djinn, possibly on turn 3 seems strong. Play Delver on turn 1. A lot of times you don't play Haughty Djinn on turn 3 if you have any type of protection spell in hand. You just wait. All right. If you have 2 Haughty Djinns, you do normally play 1 on turn 3. Thalia. Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and counter that. We're planning on slamming this on turn 3 anyways, so we are not flipping our Delver. There we go. Finally flip it. So I think I'm down to just main phase this. We'll get an extra point of damage. We do hit basic land. So I think we just attack and play another one. Winning the race here as it stands, so hopefully there's nothing too impactful to do here. Catilda. And Adeline. Can we kill them? Maybe. So discard these. This has a chance to draw even more non-creatures. We're definitely discarding this one. Let's see. 9. Is this? I don't know if it's counting this in the grave yet. I don't think it is. So yeah, we just have lethal. Just discard these 2, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it was super lethal. Sure. Alright, so this is obviously mainly creature deck, so the scatters will actually be good. I'm assuming they're pretty light on removal, so maybe trim a couple Slip Out the Backs. A lot of times when I bring in 2 mana counter spells like Disdainful Stroke, Negate, or Scatter, they're just better than your Make Disappears. These are good main board because they hit everything. But, when you do have better targeted counters, these are better. So, oh, maybe trim 1. Fading Hopes are really good here. They did have a green splash, so out of the way might be good. They had quite a bit of green. I'm gonna bring in out of the ways. Trim Impulses, I think. Just to be less clunky. Alright, Zin's great. Could kind of get ruled by like turn 2 Thalia or something, but even that's not the worst here. Hearse. Hearse is pretty good. The tip, don't play Delver if you're not gonna flip it. Jam second over. What up, Spell Pierce? Can't Spell Pierce that, but we can out of the way it, which is great. Alright, we didn't flip. I don't think there's a reason to wait. We'll just main phase. They can crew, but there's nothing to exile. Oh no. Opponent. Oh no. Oh no, opponent. I'm at a loss for words. Alright, we're on the draw. This hand is pretty sweet. Anything with turn 1 Delver into like protection spells, you're gonna be pretty keen on keeping. So it looks like it might be a mirror. Definitely just jam Delver on turn 1. Yeah, this is definitely a mirror. Mirror, I think the mirrors are pretty interesting. A lot of decks aren't running Delver anymore. I don't really agree with that. I'm the best. Get in for 3. That's fun. Let that go. Really, I kind of want to save like Spell Pierce for getting some of my stuff through their counter magic. Hopefully we can consider on their end step here and hit a land. Graveyard. Missed on land. They did too, though. Both missing on land, and we have pressure and they don't, so. I have to discard. Alright, there's a land. So probably just go for Instep Thirst. Does leave this vulnerable to a bounce spell, but then we can maybe like slam Djinn next turn. Or they just counter it, that's fine too. Definitely fine with them countering that stuff. This is pretty brutal. We can just slam Djinn here. Since I went for that, and we hit the land naturally. Wow. Red. Yeah, we'll slip out the back. They might have protection, but we get rewarded for playing our spells since, you know, this gets bigger anyways. Sure. So, learning a lot here. So I'm a little tempted to just slam Thirst for Discovery and possibly play this turn. If we can discard, I mean, like, if we discarded 2 instants and sorceries, this would be 1 mana, and we'd still be able to hold up, like... Yeah, I think that's pretty strong. Get in more damage. So now... I think I don't discard the basic. I think I discard a Terror and this Fading Hope. Oh, that makes these 2 mana. I'll just discard both these. Yeah. So, a lot of threats in play. Still hold up Spell Pierce. Alright, this matchup, I'm probably just bringing in... Negates seem like pretty strong. Maybe Negates over the Fading Hopes, but kind of need some number of Fading Hopes. Being able to Fading Hope the Djinns are... It's really valuable. I think we'll trim like 2 Fading Hopes. Maybe like that. Just, you know, kind of trim on some 2-drops. Like I said, trim a Make Disappear for this Negate. Trim an Impulse for Negate and 2 Fading Hopes. They are blue-red though, so they might be... You know, it might not even be like playing Haughty Djinn and stuff, but it seemed like that type of a deck. So, wow, this hand is just awesome too. It's a little bit threat heavy, but I think just having turn 1, turn 2 Delver in a matchup like this with Slip Out the Back, it's just too good. Shivan Reef did not kill this. We'll reveal that. So I think I'm still just slamming the other Delver here, since I still get the hold up Slip Out the Back. They want to waste a counterspell on this, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, them slamming Djinn's pretty tough. Oh, this Djinn is so good. Could just slam our own this turn. I think that's probably the move. Get it down while they're tapped out. They probably don't have a lot of removal for this, ways to deal with it. So we can safely get in for 3 here. Wow, they didn't block any of it. It's actually kind of huge. Yeah, let's just slam the Djinn and try to go wide a little bit. Nothing. So I am going to not attack at all here. If I attack, they're just going to play some kind of a spell and block, and I don't really want to waste my Slip Out the Back on that. And we're not in really any kind of a hurry. We have tons of interaction and this Thirst to cast. Cast Thirst. This leaves us a little vulnerable. They are just going to counter it. Well, casting spells kind of pays us off a bit. So I will go ahead and negate that. Pays us off because we have the Tolarian Terror, which is really good here, and, you know, obviously growing the Djinn. How do you guys say? Do you say Djinn or Djinn? I just kind of say Djinn because it's easier. But I don't want to say it wrong. Right, so they waste another counter on that. A very removal light. Might be a good spot to attack and play the slip out the back on whatever they block. Kind of, I just really want to pressure them, and if I make one of these a 4/3, then it would end up trading, even if it doesn't trade this turn, because it's going to be phased out, obviously. I just need to grow this. This gets more damage in, and I want to be able to play this. And my spell period is actually kind of good here since they only have 3 mana. Impulse is fine. It's like I want to put them in a situation where they have to block one of these and actually trade their thing. Cemetery Illuminator. Alright, well, if we attack, they can block, eat this. This doesn't block anything well. It can block here and bounce off of this. And this, they take 4. Go to 1. This Delver is actually a lethal threat too. I think that's fine. Alternatively, they could chump this, still eat this, take 2, go to 3. They can... Oh, they can just eat this. Trade. Take 4, but then they have... Yeah, that's not good enough. Alright, we just play Delver and pass. I think if we attack, it's really bad for us. The spell pierce is just getting worse and worse. But I mean, they know about it too, so it's like... Lier, wow. Stuff can't be countered in their counterspell deck. That's really interesting. Impulse. Stuff can't be countered. I'm just gonna fire this off. For the spells in the graveyard, I can actually play this next turn, and we really need to go wide in a hurry here. It's also playing things shrinks their Djinn. So if they can't make their Djinn any bigger, this is really good for us, because now we have actual good attacks. If this flips, they're just dead, I think. It does not flip, but that's a pretty good magic card. Can we attack this turn? I think the answer is still no. They can still cast this Consider to grow their Djinn. It's kind of the same situation, and the only thing that's changed is now they have a Leer to block this Delver too. But I think I'll actually play the Tear here, because it's a 5/5. Please try to counter it. Okay. Also just more mana efficient to play that. So that Consider was off the top of their library with the Eliminator, I think. It's really gross. Yeah, once each turn. Well, hopefully they don't find enough interaction to get out of this, but... Alright. Spell on top is Gas. I know what this is, so let's just go ahead and main phase it. Consider. Suppose I'll just take that. Spell Pierce does nothing. So I think we can attack now. They have to have something. And now they don't have super good blocks. They pretty much have to chump everything. They eat this. They just die in the air if they eat that. So they have to have something here. And these don't do anything. I mean, the Considers can find them some removal spell or bounce spell, but might have been better to cast this beforehand just to try to find a Fading Hope to give them less blockers, but we only had 2 Fading Hopes. Cast to Consider. Cast to Consider. And they found nothing. Okay. Good game. Normally I don't like to keep any hand that doesn't have like any threats, but this hand is really good, even without threats. You know, I think the Thirst kind of brings it together, but two mana counters on the draw is just like kind of carries us. So hopefully I don't play anything that's like too strong here. Do I want to Fading Hope that? I think I will. We have so much counter magic. That's a pretty good draw. And that thing can be really annoying and just like beating us down with a land. We have like no way to remove it once it's down. So if they go to replay it here, we'll counter it. We'll counter that too for sure. Now they do nothing, we play Thirst, they do something, we make disappear plus this. Alright, so can't make disappear that. So I'm pretty interested in just thirsting. The small creatures aren't too bad because normally you eventually find your Djinn or your Tolarian Terror and it's whatever. But early on, if they can just, you know, if they just beat us down every turn with a land, that would really stink. Actually, if I draw a Terror, I think I can play it. So I'm going to cast this Consider right now. Oh, I guess not. I miscounted. Oh, it's 7. That's a really good counter spell target. Oh, wow, they have... well, we will casualty it then. Don't really like doing that, but... Another threat. I don't think we want that right now. I think we just want counter magic or protection spells or another one of those. Alright, play 2 5/5s. See if you can beat him. Another soul. Well, they don't have 2 and a black this turn. Sure, another land. So we'll get in there. Very annoying that they're at 11, because now even having like Fading Hope or Slip Out the Back doesn't quite get it done. Oh, they're attacking anyways. Guess that makes sense. Upkeep. Riveteer's Charm. Sick. So we can just most likely never erase the discarded land card, gain 3 life, but especially when they're bringing back one of these outlooks every time, or overlooks. We're just dead on board. Oh, guess not. We were. Activate this and attack with the 2/2 and 5/4. This won't quite work, but maybe we get lucky and draw like a Haughty Djinn. This kind of buys us a turn. So go ahead and play that. We can slip out the back. To survive another turn here. I shouldn't have let it attack, but I couldn't discard a land card there. I, would maybe have some live draws here, but well, that won't quite do it. All right, so Essence Scatter seems good. Out of the way seems good. So let's trim on our 2-drop slot. So, this is effectively 2-drop as well. We don't want that to be super clunky. Spell Pierce seems pretty bad. They probably have a good amount of removal, or at least bring it in. So I think I want all the slip out the backs, Fading Hopes. So I'm just gonna trim the Spell Pierces. Like, they could hit a Riveteer's Charm or something, but for the most part, I think if we just counter Soul of Windgrace, we'll probably win. Yeah, I love this hand. Delver's so good. This hand I might not play the Delver on turn 2. Unless I draw like slip out the back. Perfect. Yeah, there's just no reason to play it turn 2 here. It would look really dumb if I play it turn 2 and then lost one of them to... Okay. Kept a one-lander or something? I don't think anything changes. Oof. One-lander with Delver and 2 slip out the backs. Don't think I can keep that one. This one's a lot better. Nope. No counter magic in this hand is tough. So I think we definitely need the Fading Hope, because we're going to have to bounce something here, probably. I'm debating. It's probably between Consider and Thirst. I'm going to put Thirst on the bottom. Pretty fine draw. We could wait a turn to just keep a protection spell up for this. I don't know. They didn't seem to play too much removal, so might get punished for this, but seemed like they want to go turn 2. Yeah, Limb Speaker. Third land's fine. Do we Fading Hope this now? I don't think so. They play with Soul of Windgrace, like, yeah, they can ramp, but that's fine. No land drop. Ooh, this is kind of good. I think I will go ahead and Fading Hope, trying to get the Delver flip here. Slow them down on their mana, since they missed land drop too. Perfect. Reveal. It's like we knew it was there. Might be incentivized to kill it with the Harvester, which would just kind of be a blowout. So I've kind of set it up here. Hopefully they go for like kill this with Harvester, which we protect, and just like play Limb Speaker, which will out of the way, and that'll just really set them behind. Oh, they're just gonna attack. That's fine too. We will still out of the way that. Essence Scatter. I would like to hit a land, but I think Essence Scatter is just so good here when we're this far ahead. Okay, we hit the land anyways. So now we're in a really good spot. So we just get to hold up all this counter magic and protection. They do hit a land. If they do this, we're just going to let this go. I could play slip out the back there and, you know, potentially just win, but just protecting this now is all that matters. Alright, I would just make disappear that. Slip out the back would be fine. But then we can't attack with it this turn. And... okay. And Make Disappear is just going to get worse as the game goes on. That's fine. I think I out of the way the token here. Another Djinn. And a Thirst. Might as well slam it. I guess the only thing this would lose to is if they... I don't even know what it could lose to. If they play one of these. No, I'm kidding. Alright, GG's. No counter magic. Very slow. But it is lands and spells. I don't think we can keep this. I think this is an example of a hand that looks fine, but you can't keep in this deck. Alright. Guess we're keeping the one lander. Don't let the confirmation bias get to you there. I don't think we can keep that first hand. I'm going to not play my Delver. It's too important, and I have Slip out the back, so I'm just going to consider on their end step to try to hit a land drop here. Blood Tithe is not cool. Great. We do not hit a land. We will main phase consider. We do not hit a land. Alright, that's tough. Lily.
Enough with the mystery. Drop it.
So I'm only playing this out right now because we do have, if we hit land here, we do have Delver into Slip out the back when they go to minus, if that's what they do. And then we can stick a Terror and maybe hold up Spell Pierce, so it's about the only play I think we have. And they are down to 2 cards, so it's 2 Blood Tithes is kind of rough. But I mean, Blood Tithes do nothing against this Terror, so maybe it's worth it. Okay, we do hit land. So I'm actually just going to play... yeah, because they can't Blood Tithe kill it. I'm going to play the Terror and hold up Slip out the back. Kind of stinks they can go for Lily minus twice in a row, but we can play Delver to buffer the next one. If they pop their blood tokens, we're in good shape too. So hopefully they don't have removal spell here. Alright, they do.
Off you go.
Alright, I'll just concede. There's no way I'm beating these 2 Blood Tides in this slowly now. So I think Shore Up. I think this is the matchup you would want Shore Up in. Spellpierce is really good, almost necessary to beat Lily to have a chance. Fading Hope is maybe a touch less impactful. I don't know if we want to bring in any of these others right now. Negate's a possibility, I think. I'm gonna trim one Hope. One Impulse. Play. Zen's pretty good. Do kind of need to just draw the third land. But I don't think I can mull this. Consider is good. Let's just dig for land. And fuels these guys. Do we counter that though? I think we have to. I mean, I guess I can just Fading Hope it for a turn. Then they get an extra blood token when they replay it and can kill this. I would just be efficient and counter it. We have to. Okay, we don't have to. So say if we have to, we just main phase Consider, but we don't have to. Probably just slamming like Fable here. Just kind of sinks we don't have a counter spell for. I think even if they Fable, we just Thirst. Okay, Corpse Appraiser is fine. Yeah, it gets them some value, but it's a body that we can beat, and them kind of taking a turn, not off. They're adding a 3/3 to the board, but just a slower turn lets me Thirst very easily. No. Too many Haughty Djinns, I think. No land there was tough. I think it's two threats here. I think it's the Haughty Djinn and the Terror. No land there either. Let's dig for land. So it might be in a decent position now. If they go for like a Shieldred or something, that would just be awesome. Bankbuster's okay. I don't think we want Terror. These are enough to win the game. Kind of just want counters. Alright. Vernal Grasp. Well, I think Slip Out the Backs is the best here. The fact that it protects it all the way until we can untap is just great. Oh yeah, these are just Fading Hopes. I didn't have like a Spell Pierce or anything. Kind of trolling. Fading Hope's pretty good here. I don't have to be very concerned about my life total because of the Fading Hopes. I can just kind of tempo them out. Might Impulse and see if I find another like counter spell or something. Okay, another Slip is just really good, I think. I just have to protect these. Yeah, he shouldn't have let me resolve that. I mean, they do get to, you know, avoid taking some damage again here, but The question is, do I slam this now? Leaves me pretty vulnerable to removal. I mean, I still have this 8/6. Yeah, I'll just play it. They've cast multiple Infernal Grasp. Hopefully they don't have another removal spell here that's relevant. Hopefully it's just like creatures. If they play another creature here, though, we could get hit for 9, but it's on the 5. That would be pretty brutal. But they're like almost dead. 15. Yeah, they're exactly dead if they don't have anything. Not playing any creature. I'm just not going to bother blocking, it doesn't matter. Okay, so they would have like Strangle or something. Invoke Despair is pretty good. Well, I still might be able to steal this game. We just attack. And try to Fading Hope whatever they attack with. They just have like another Invoke Despair, it is what it is, but I mean, I guess another threat would be the best thing. I think we just take 2. Doesn't really matter, but they would somehow play like a flyer. We would need to be able to bounce it. Bouncing that might have been wrong. So now they have more looks for removal with this. Another Bank Buster. It's interesting. Yeah. I definitely should have just bounced that. To not let them have a look for Infernal Grasp here. Also, like, if they don't have outs, Invoke Despair wasn't out, and they played this for whatever reason when, you know, they might have possibly found another Invoke Despair, but alright, they have Infernal Grasp. I could bounce this, but I'm just dead anyways. So GG's.